Here's day 2 of my 30-day challenge with the International Galaxy Note 8. I have a couple things I do want to touch on today. I've been using this now, like I said, for 2 full days. Yesterday it managed to get me a little less than 14 hours. I think it's still kind of getting used to where I go and whatnot. And I did spend more than half of the day not on Wi-Fi, just on Edge, with Edge speeds. A couple things to talk about. It's really too large to text on. Obviously, we knew size was going to be an issue. Now that I've had it with me a couple days, I've taken it a couple different places with me. It'll fit in my pocket. It's just not comfortable in my pocket, which we kind of knew. I also got a case in the mail today, which I have not used previously, that I will put on towards the end of the video. Just a couple things I'm going to cover here. Like I said, too large to text. And one other thing, I mentioned initially that I kind of liked the way that the messaging app was set up. However, it's just really not sticking with me here. And this is what I mean. Okay, initially, you wanted to take advantage of the real estate. What's happened is you either have it this way or this way. And if you back out of it there, you go back to your home screen. That's just my business number, so if you guys want a mattress and you want to pay for shipping, I got you. But this is day 2 of my International Note Challenge. So you see here, it looks like you take advantage of this, the screen size and everything like that. However, once you pull that keyboard up, it doesn't feel right. You're not typing in the center of the screen. While you're physically typing, everything comes out over here to the side. So that's just something that bothers me. It might not be an issue for a lot of folks. It's something that bothers me. I'm very finicky about little things like that. A couple other things to just quick touch on that came to my mind when I wrote down first thoughts about the device after 2 days. For a primary device, it does not meet high-end standards, obviously, for the camera. There's no flash. It's 5 megapixels. It's not a bad camera. It's just not a high-end device camera. It's on par with the Galaxy Nexus camera, which I had for over a year. So it's not a terrible camera. However, it just is not what you need from a high-end device. Like I said, that initial layout of the messaging app was a plus. Now it's starting to bother me a little bit. It's kind of finicky. Another thing, and this is a Samsung TouchWiz issue in general, is with the gallery. With the big screen, everything is great. I mean, everything is where you need it to be. You can line it up alphabetically, which is different from how you set it up on a Nexus Experience device, where everything is essentially by date, and there's not a whole lot of gallery settings to mess with. Whereas here, your gallery can be perfect in that it's alphabetical. The problem is every picture I've ever posted to Google Plus has its own folder, its own series of folders, which that's a lot of pictures. I've been on Google Plus since it was in beta. That's a lot of pictures. And all my Picasa albums are down at the bottom after that. I can turn it off, but I use those albums. Another thing, in a Nexus device, the gallery app itself, you can actually share a photo from your Picasa albums without downloading that photo first. On a Samsung device, you have to download the photo. There's just no way around it. Now, I do have another app on here that I found in one of Marquise Brownlee's MKBHD, when I found in one of his videos. It is a Gallery Jelly Bean Plus. It's essentially a camera. And this will just go over the stuff that's on your device. Okay, and then I have a whole bunch of movies on my other SD card. It's not actually on this one here. So this will give you more of your stock Jelly Bean gallery, which works. Overall, talking on it, I thought was going to be awkward. It's really not that bad. It could be because I really don't care what somebody thinks about it. But it's not too terrible. It really isn't. It's a good experience. The call quality's been good. I've talked to family as well as a couple friends over Bluetooth. I've taken a couple calls from family, from friends, at work, not on Bluetooth, on Bluetooth. Haven't used a headset yet. I have to get on that. I will do that, get a headset. Those are my first a couple days. I'm using it more as a phone, which actually it is a phone. So what I'm using it for is I don't use the S Pen as much as I thought I was going to. The S Pen is something I believe was going to be a true asset and a value, and a value add. It's the reason it's called a Note. It's the same reason the Note 2 has it. It's the same reason the Note 1 has it, and of course the 10.1. While that isn't available in a cellular version because, let's be honest, that would look ridiculous. The Note functionality hasn't been a huge added value. I was able to take a couple notes with it, which did help. I was able to ask some questions, get some answers. While I was talking on my business line, I was able to write down some customer information, but that's what I wanted it for. That's what the thought came to my mind, was why I chose the Note over the Asus phone pad, and I called it the pad phone in the last video, so Asus, my apologies. And then I did get, like I said, I got a case today, which I will put on and I will use. It's just a regular old folio case. I got it off eBay. I will try to put the link for it in the description. It's going to work for the Wi-Fi or the international version. So it's real simple, just like any other case you've probably seen. Go ahead and snap everything in there. Close it. Voila. Folio case. And this actually works to wake the screen. So as you can see, you push it down, it closes it. Open, it wakes. And it also has a nice little spot here for the S Pen. And here's the coolest thing to me that I found about this device of everything. This is how I'm going to end my day 2 video. It's the coolest thing I found so far. Normally, sit here like this, you swipe. You get a water effect. Swipe all the way across, you get a water effect and it unlocks. Coolest thing to me, it's probably popular, I just don't know about it. Coolest thing I've seen so far is when you use the S Pen and you get the ink trail. And obviously the video is not going to do it justice, but that's really cool to me. So that's day 2 of my 30-day challenge. Right now, overcoming the size issue of the tablet is something I'm dealing with. Trying to figure out how to tote it, how to carry it. I believe the case is going to make it a little bit more comfortable for me right now. Other than that, I haven't had any issues with it. Edge speeds, obviously not as good as HSPA Plus speeds. I've hit the H plus icon a couple times. Haven't seen those speeds. It hasn't been too terrible though. I spend most of my days on Wi-Fi between work and home. When I'm home, I'm on Wi-Fi. I don't have to really deal with too much. So lucky enough for me. The fastest speed that I've gotten on the tablet at all. Let me jump into the speed test app real quick before I close out this video. And as you guys notice, I'm not that technical. I'm a regular guy. I'm a paralegal. I have a small, very small, part-time app or part-time job, I'm sorry, part-time business, where I'm a small business owner of Darling Mattress and Home. The fastest speeds I've gotten with this, out on mobile networks, let me see if I can get it in here, if I can line it up right, was 7.18 down and 3 megabits up. So 7 megabits down, 3 megabits up. Not blazing, but if I had that all day, every day, that's more than serviceable speed. At least for here in Columbia, South Carolina. If I had that a little bit more reliably, I'd be good to go. So this is the end of day 2. I have my case on. What other questions do you have? What do you need to know? What do you want to know? Let me know, and I'll take care of it. So again, this is Andrew Darling. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.